Hi everyone, hope you're doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on the time zone. Now, the discussion that we are having in this country is about one term and two term. Two term was born out of one term. I do remember very well when Gachagua said Ruto should be one term. They kept quiet and they found that the wave is now sweeping across the country and there is wide acceptance that he should be one term. Then they went to coin two term in attempt to counter the one term slogan. Up to now, I don't know if they have succeeded in countering the one term slogan, but then it is now a bigger discussion we are having in this country. And now a leader will go, they will either mention one term or two term. Then we have the issue of Linda Wananchi and all that, which is just coming in again. And so, with the discussion about one term and two term, professionals are also weighing in and they are giving their views. If you listen to the discussion from Bungoma, and these are teachers. Teachers are telling President Ruto and his government right in their face, they are one term. They are in one term, and nothing will stop them from being there. Their views has been focused on the finance bill that was voted for. For them, they believe that finance bill was not the best for Kenyans because it was meant to tax more. It was meant to reduce a payslip into nothing or a common paper. And so they put a blame on this government. They also put a blame on the members of parliament who voted for that bill and those who absconded the duty. How do they abscond? Teachers have the information that about 160 members of parliament were present during the voting on the bill to pass that finance bill. The question is, where was the other half? There's an issue here. Many of members of parliament were not present. So the discussion is about go and check on the member of parliament from your area. Was he present during the voting? If you find he was present, then the second question you should ask yourself, did he vote for the bill or against the bill? That's the question. So if you discover that your member of parliament was not present in the parliament, he absconded duty, and a bad bill was passed, he must go. And therefore, he should be one term. If he was in the parliament and he voted yes, then he supported the wrong thing, he must go. And therefore, one term. And if he was there and you opposed the bill, then you have the right reader because he looked on the weight of that matter and how it is going to cost the common Wananchi. Therefore, Bungoma teachers are saying they are in one term.
Sisi Bungoma ni one term. Kwa sababu nataka kuambia ukweli wa mambo. Wale watu ambao tunachagua wakienda bunge ndio wanatengeneza sheria za kutugandamiza. Mmeona watu ambao wewe kama mbunge wako hata unatoka Shinyadu, unatoka Nairobi, mbunge wako alipigia financial bill yes, rudisha yeye nyumbani. One term. Kwa sababu sheria zikipitishwa mbaya ndio maisha yetu wote, sio walimu pekee wanaumia. Jambo lingine nilishangaa. Lazima tubadilishe hii bunge. Wabunge 160 pekee ndio walikuwa bunge kupitisha mswada wa kugandamiza wananchi. Mbunge wako pia kama hakukuwa bunge hiyo siku, ajui kazi yake, yeye pia rudisha yeye wapi? Nyumbani.
The question is, the remarks by that representative of the teacher, does it have any impact, or it's just a mere statement trying to fight a regime that they cannot succeed to do so? That is a discussion I would want us to have on this point line. But before we go deep into that discussion, I have a quick and humble request. For those who are watching the channel and you have not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing. To our returning subscribers, I must say thank you so much. And again, to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much, and back to our discussion. Now, to answer the question, we must go back to the video and listen to the reaction. The teacher spoke. There was the reaction from the ground. I listened to that video more than 3 times just to capture the ground response. If you listen to those people, the audience that this teacher was addressing, that audience is very positive with the statement from the teacher. They laughed, and even their laughter was just being happy with the statement. In fact, they were celebrating in the laughter. So you hear from the ground. In fact, there was that communication in the Luya dialect, Yanza huloma. You know, loosely translated, umeanza kuongea sasa, or you are now speaking. That means now we are in agreement with you. That is the reaction from the ground. It tells you that the ground is embracing the statement from the teacher. They are positive about it, and they want him to speak about that issue. He is now speaking the voice of the voiceless. We have many people who are not happy on how the government is being run, but they cannot speak. They will need someone who can speak for them. This teacher comes out more bold to speak on this issue, and he is being celebrated for that. It tells you that he is speaking for a majority, and this can be the views from the ground. They are in agreement that Bungoma is WANTAM. If they had opposed, it will be different. If there was heckling, it would have meant that Bungoma is two-term. There was no heckling, there was no opposing, there was calm welcome. It confirms that Bungoma is one-term. Haiko kwa mambo ya two-term. My second point on this, teachers are just among but many professional people. And when you see a teacher coming out to say that we are opposing this, you know, these teachers have many people behind them. Ukipata mtu ambaye anafanya kazi labda kwa jamii, ni watu wangapi wanamtegemea katika ile jamii? Kwa mfano tu, iwe kazi yoyote ile, ni watu wangapi wanamtegemea? Ni wengi. You'll find this teacher is supporting several families. Kuanzia hapa chini, labda jamii yake kuanzia, nafaa kuja labda kwa wazazi wake. Kuna wajomba pia na mashangazi ambao labda wenda wanamtegemea kwa usaidizi, nani wapiga kura. So you'll find one teacher, tukitumia tu mfano, one professional, you are taking care of more than 10 people grown up labda. Those are the votes. So if one teacher is saying one term, let's assume there are 10 people behind him or her saying one term. Now look at that. So these people, these leaders, these teachers or professionals have people behind them. So when they say one term, it is 10 people saying one term. If there are 10 teachers saying one term, We're talking about 100 people saying WANTAM. And that is the truth. So Bungoma is speaking differently. Their position is that they are not in two-term because of how this government is running. Tukifika hapo, sasa tunajiuliza Wetangula ataambia nini Ruto? Since you depend in Bungoma, since you're depending in Trans Nzoia to bring the votes, because then that's your region and constituency you are sure of that you can bank on to deliver to President Ruto. So what will you do if the same people are already telling you that they are in one term because they have been failed? What do you do? So Wetangula will find himself in a dilemma, in an embarrassing situation, because people are now rejecting the direction that is pointing to, that they want to take these people to. Wanakataa. Tuna mwingine sasa Musalia Mudavadi. How do you deliver when Luyas are now telling you they are in WANTAM? A win for Sifuna, a win for Eugene Wamalwa, and the WANTAM side. Because then they are finding a backing back from home. I don't know your views, but please let us meet in the comment section so that we can continue with our discussion. Thank you so much for listening to me up to this far, and see you in our next video.